Hello, friends. How are you? Hi, good Dave. Annie here. I hope everyone's doing awesome. I want to go and I want to see if there's been any activity at my marble station, my experiment that a extremely kind viewer sent me some marbles. They showed up some days ago, and I put out three more marbles that added to my magnet, two other marbles, and then the big flat rock. Hey, Bear. So I'm taking you with me to go check it out. I actually just came from over there. I made a video. Wasn't all that interesting, but I did make a video. And I was talking to Gary. Was mentioned it to my son as well about. Whoop. Hey, Bear. Stuff's falling from the trees. And I made a video made a video. I was talking with Gary and my son Grady. Oh my goodness, it's my daughter's birthday today. My beautiful daughter, Grace Lucia. She's 19, you guys. Incredible. It makes me feel ancient. But I was talking about when I first started my channel 10 years ago. Or close to 10 years. It's been just about 10 years. Doesn't matter. This is really, I kind of look at it like a video diary that my children and family, future family, maybe perhaps future grandkids or just family, my nephews and nieces. And I have I have a niece. She has children. Just that can look back someday, and they can actually hear. They can hear my voice and kind of get an idea of what I was like. What was it like to hike with Crazy Hiker Dave. And so I kind of look at it as I'm documenting a part of my life that I want to share with my children so they can see that in the future. I mean, I'm only gonna, you're only on this planet for so long. I mean, I'm in my mid 50s. So yeah, I want to leave it. Hopefully this platform is still around 50 years from now. I mean, who knows how that's going to go, but it was just something that I've talked about in the past with my children and my nephews with family, like to kind of explain why I do what I do. Why do I make all these videos? And the majority of these videos, there's nothing life shattering or there's nothing wicked interesting about them by any means. But it would be kind of cool, like if I could have, when I was young, if I could have gone back and watched a video of my uncles or my grandparents. I think it would be pretty neat to have, uh, pictures are great and everything. Like, growing up, my grandparents on my mom's side, unfortunately, I only ever met my grandmom from my mom's side. I never met my grandfather, my mom's dad. I wish that if I would love to hear the sound of his voice and maybe, see his mannerisms in video. That would be so awesome. Anyways, I just wanted to bring that up. And happy birthday to my beautiful daughter, Grace. I know you're going to watch this video. All I ask, Grace, is rinse out the cup or bowl when you're done eating or drinking. It's very easy to do. No, I'm only kidding. She's going to really kill me for that one. Let's check on the marbles, guys. Whoop, I hate when I swing around like that because for the viewer, that really just, it makes people dizzy, or even it does for me. Sorry about that. But do we have movement in my marbles? Did some get taken? Did something get left in return? And no. Everything appears to be just the way I left it. Marble 1, 2, and 3. Magnet. And then the two fat Wamba Jamba marbles. These are Big Bad Larry's. Much bigger than these. Or, I don't know about much bigger, but definitely size difference. In the past, there has been marbles taken and marbles brought back, actually. I can understand a little woodland creature like a squirrel or something like that, or even birds. I think crows or ravens might check out something like that and maybe take one just to go and stash away somewhere. I don't know. But to bring it back, that's a whole different, it's a different animal right there when it gets returned. But I haven't had any activity at that marble station, quotes, air quotes, in years, definitely years. One time I came out to check these marbles. I was with, who was I with? I don't recall. And as soon as we came down the trail and got to the dried up creek bed here, we heard something sounded large. Who was I with? It might have been with my nephew. It sounded really big, something running. And we both were like, what in the world? I'm like, okay, we must have spooked maybe a moose or a deer or something. And this is, I've shown this little teepee structure a bunch of times in the past. It was my favorite. Everybody who, if you've watched my channel, has seen this pretty cool little structure. But right behind this tree, right here, were two footprints. Nothing I could cast, nothing definitive, nothing I could say for sure. But let me just kind of show you a little. So this tree, if you stand behind this tree, you get a beautiful little peek out area on each side of the tree to see the trail, who's coming and going. And when I saw it, there was a footprint here. I didn't see toes or anything, I have to say. So there was like this print like that, one there, and then there was one over here. And I could plainly tell that something was standing in that spot. Or it looked like it. I can't say. I didn't see whatever it was. But I'm telling you guys, it looked like somebody was standing there, or something was standing there and checking out anybody entering this part of the woods. At least that's how I looked at it anyways. Hey, bear. Like a half hour ago, I was hiking over that way. And I heard a big old tree branch break, which can be anything. But then, like a couple minutes later, it happened again, right in the same area. Which in general means absolutely zero, but I always find it interesting. And being alone, I want you to comment. I really would like to know. I want to hear. Tell me if you've ever hiked by yourself in the forest alone by yourself. I just repeated myself, but I'd like to hear about it. Tell me what you think about that. Is it just something that's just no big deal, that you don't give any thought to it? Like it never crosses your mind that, sheesh, I'm out here by myself here. And I mean, you know, the further you hike, the further you go, and you realize that if you ever fell and broke a leg or an ankle or you injured yourself and you're unable really to continue, you're stuck. Like that's a wicked downfall of hiking alone is injury, really. I don't think being attacked by an animal is any more dangerous when you're alone than if you were with somebody. It's dangerous on its own. But I want to know, comment. And another thing, I have an admission to make about hiking and camping, or yeah, backpacking. I have never camped alone in the woods overnight. And it's something that I need to address. I need to do that because, and let me know, please, if you're listening, comment, have you gone by yourself with a tent and all the provisions needed for an overnight? Have you ever done that? And if you have, I gotta say, you're a braver person than I, because it's something I have planned many times. Like, I'm gonna say at least 10 times in the past, I have said, I'm doing it. I am gonna get my gear together and go out into the forest, find a nice, cool little spot, and I'm gonna hang out for the night by myself. And what could possibly go wrong, you know? And I've backed out on every single occasion. I ended up not doing it. I made sure that I had an excuse, and I couldn't do it. Even something even if it was something that's, say, close to where I live, and I'm not all that deep into the woods, I still can't do it. I can't, and I want to. I feel like if I do it one time, then maybe that'll help, and I won't feel so scared of it. You know, I don't know. Hey, bears. But leave me a comment. So leave me a comment if you've hiked by yourself. I do it all the time. And you don't need to be a Green Beret. You just throw a backpack on, take with you what you feel you may need. Always first aid. I'm not going to go on and on about it, and you hiked all by yourself. And I want to hear from you guys if you've ever gone, packed up, and spent an overnight in the forest by yourself, either in a tent or a hammock. And I don't mean in your backyard, guys. Come on now. But yeah, I'd like to hear about it. I want to see comments that say, Dave, don't worry about it. It's okay. No one's going to come and take you in the middle of the night. I know that. But man, when you're in the woods and you're by yourself and hiking like I'm doing now, it's no big deal. And yeah, you can get a little spooked from time to time. But once that sun goes down and you're in the woods and things go bump in the night out in the woods, because there's a lot of woodland creatures that are nocturnal, and I don't know that. I'm very nervous about it. I want to try it. I actually have a place in mind. Some years ago, there was a couple of brother and sister YouTubers that were from up north, New Hampshire, and we camped out, but we didn't we didn't sleep. We sat on this big hill off that way about a mile, and there's this huge hill that has like a nice plateau to it, and we set up microphones and recording devices, but I didn't sleep out here. You know, we didn't have tents. We actually had no fire, so it was just, light from the phones, we did have flashlights and we were prepared with the necessities for protection and such and the like. But it's not staying out overnight by yourself. So I'd like to hear it. I'd like to hear your stories. Also, I'd like to hear if anybody's got a horror story about camping. I'd like to hear that as well. That's always interested me about, I see these videos. I made the mistake of watching a video. It's like maybe like 2 months ago. I watched a video, like 5 true camping experience that'll keep you up at night, right? I'm like, oh, this will be interesting. Now my timeline on my YouTube, like suggested videos, is all don't watch when you're alone and this and that. I'm like, oh man, I watched one video. And then a lot of it is just, I don't know, sounds like a little bit of BS. Like it just, some of it doesn't sound like it's a true and accurate account of what happened to this person. I don't know. But I would like to hear it. Thank you very much, you guys, for clicking. There's some kind of thing going on, I guess, with YouTube right now. Like everybody in the YouTube world, everybody's views are dropping to half. And it's since like the middle of August, and I've experienced it for some reason. My views after a couple of days, I'd have 1,000, 2,000. If it was a really decent video, I'd get like 15,000 views, or not quite that much. But I noticed since this August 10th, I keep seeing these other creators, YouTube content creators. Everybody's freaking out because everybody's views are being cut in half. I don't know. I just chalk it up to I'm just not that interesting of a person, I guess. But I loved making these. I love being in the woods, so I don't, I don't mind. I'm thinking I'm just not that interesting. So, anyways, give it the old thumbs up. That would be awesome. I'm also creeping closer and closer. What? I am getting closer to 10,000. I'm only like 500 away for subscribers. But anyways, thank you guys so much for clicking. I really do appreciate it. If I don't see you the rest of the week, I would love it if you would join me and Gary on our live stream. That would be not the 19th Saturday. It would be the 20th of Saturday. I hope to see you guys there. I think it'll be fun. And I'll definitely see you on the next video.